Fully wireless earbuds are quickly becoming the new standard for listening to music or basically anything else now that we're getting into 2021 and beyond. So in this video, we're gonna compare the 3 best pairs of fully wireless earbuds to see which ones are the best for each use case. We've got Apple's incredibly popular AirPods Pro for $250, or actually on sale right now on Amazon for $197. We've got Sony's brand new WF-1000XM4s that are known for having the best noise cancellation, which are priced at a pretty high $278. And we've got Samsung's new Galaxy Buds Pro for $200, or currently on sale for only $170 on Amazon, less expensive than the other two. So without further ado, let's get right into comparing these earbuds in a bunch of different categories, starting with the size and the portability of the cases. The case on the Galaxy Buds Pro is actually the smallest in terms of the footprint, but it's a lot thicker than the AirPods Pro. And surprisingly, the Sonys are not only the largest, but also the thickest as well, but it is a huge improvement over last year's XM3s. In terms of the weight of the cases themselves, the AirPods case is actually the heaviest compared to the surprisingly light Sony case. Now for design and build quality, because the Sonys are so lightweight, the case feels a little bit cheap because of the matte plastic feel that doesn't seem as solid. Now the Galaxy Buds are a small step up, and the AirPods Pro case does seem to have the best build quality and design. Now in terms of the quality of the hinges, the AirPods Pro case has a very solid metal hinge that feels very nice to flick open with a pretty strong magnet holding the case closed. And unfortunately, the Sonys have the weakest magnet and therefore have the highest chance of opening if it falls. On top of that, both the Galaxy Buds Pro and the Sonys have plastic hinges that don't feel as nice and cause the top of the cases to wiggle, especially on the Sonys. Now in terms of how much battery life is packed into the cases themselves, excluding the earbuds, the AirPods Pro case holds enough power to give you 19 more hours of listening time with noise cancellation on, while the Sonys give you 16 more hours, and the Galaxy Buds Pro give you an extra 13 hours. And what's great this year is that all of these earbuds support wireless charging, whereas in last year's comparison, only the AirPods Pro had it. However, the AirPods Pro case uses Lightning to charge, which is a bit disappointing compared to USB-C on the other two. Now opening up the cases, both the AirPods Pro and the Sonys feel very satisfying when you're taking them out and putting them back into the case with a very strong magnetic feel. But on the Galaxy Buds Pro, the magnetic connection is very weak, so it takes very little effort to take them out, and that causes them to fall out very easily compared to the other two that fit very snugly. Now before we get into comparing the audio quality between these wireless earbuds, let's compare some of the fine details of the earbuds themselves. The AirPods Pro have a very sleek, low-profile shape with a short stem sticking out for better microphone quality. And because of the stem, the AirPods look quite a bit smaller than the other two, especially the very large and bulbous Sonys. Now in terms of the weight of the earbuds themselves, the AirPods Pro are by far the lightest, with the Sonys being the heaviest, as expected due to the size, and that's probably why they also get the best battery life by far. 8 hours per bud with ANC on, compared to just 4.5 hours on the AirPods Pro and 5 hours with the Galaxy Buds Pro. In terms of the design, they honestly look really nice and clean, but I don't really like the chrome-like reflective finish on the Galaxy Buds Pro, which can gather fingerprints or smudges. The AirPods Pro look very classy and simple with the glossy white plastic design, but the Sonys, I would say, look by far the most premium or professional, with a nice matte finish and clean design elements. Now in terms of comfort in the ears, the AirPods Pro are by far the most comfortable out of the 3, and there's 2 very good reasons for it. While both the Sonys and Galaxy Buds Pro have a hard plastic tube that enters your ear canal, with the Sony's tube being quite a bit longer, the AirPods Pro actually have a completely flush speaker grill, so the only thing that goes into your ear canal is the very soft silicone ear tip. And the Sonys actually come with foam ear tips that you have to squish like earplugs each and every time you want to put them in your ears, which I've got to say is extremely annoying because I found myself taking them out multiple times to squish them down even further compared to the other earbuds that simply pop right in. On top of that, all of these earbuds create a seal inside of your ears for better bass, sound quality, and noise cancellation, but the AirPods Pro actually have a vent that releases the air pressure within your ear. And while the Galaxy Buds Pro say they have a vent, and they do, it doesn't really seem to do that much. And the Sonys don't really offer anything like that at all, so your ears end up feeling the most plugged. Now on top of that, because of the very large size of the Sony XM4s, it kind of puts pressure on your ears, combined with the expanding foam that also puts a bit of pressure on the inside of your ear canals. So overall, the AirPods Pro feel absolutely the most comfortable thanks to the softer ear tip design, the venting feature, and the lighter weight. Now getting into sound quality, the Galaxy Buds Pro are the only ones that actually come with 2 speakers in each earbud, a woofer and a tweeter. And because of that, they have a ton of bass while also having very bright highs due to the tweeters. But unfortunately, they are really lacking in the mids, which leads to vocals not really sounding natural at all, and overall not as well balanced sound. Now for the AirPods Pro, they do very well in terms of the mids, with vocals sounding super clean, full, and natural. The bass definitely isn't as heavy as the Buds Pro, but it's very tight and accurate. And overall, the AirPods Pro are actually louder than the Buds Pro, which makes them even more impressive. And now for the Sonys, they absolutely killed it in my opinion. Now the volume definitely isn't as loud as the AirPods Pro, especially in the high notes, which I do miss, but the overall sound quality is incredible. Vocals sound perfect, being natural, just like on the AirPods Pro, but with the Sonys, there seems to be the most separation between sound frequencies, so it sounds very clean, whereas with the AirPods Pro, some of the frequencies kind of clash together just a little bit. And I've got to say that the soundstage feels the widest on the Sonys as well, and out of all of these earbuds, the Sonys give you bass that's very deep, loud, punchy, and accurate all at the same time. So overall, they're very well balanced compared to the AirPods Pro that seem to be heavy on the high notes, and the Galaxy Buds Pro that are greatly lacking in terms of the mids. So yeah, the Sonys definitely have the best sound quality. Now in terms of noise cancellation, the Galaxy Buds Pro are by far the worst, with the AirPods Pro being a nice step up, and the Sonys completely destroying the other two, getting rid of more noise. But in terms of the ambient or transparency modes, the AirPods Pro absolutely kill it here, with everything like vocals and noises sounding almost exactly like it does without having anything at all in your ears, which is extremely impressive. Now with the Galaxy Buds and the Sonys, the ambient modes don't work nearly as well, making your voice sound a bit muted, and other people's voices don't sound very natural at all like they do with the AirPods Pro. Now before we get into which buds we recommend, I want to go through a couple of the feature and software differences. The Galaxy Buds Pro have IPX7 water resistance, much better than IPX4 on the other two. And out of all of them, the AirPods Pro were also the most reliable, basically always staying connected to my iPhone, while the other two would occasionally disconnect out of nowhere for a split second. The Sonys actually require you to download their Headphone Connect app to use the earbuds, but it crashed on me a few times, and the initial software update took forever, over 30 minutes, which was very annoying. But the beauty about the AirPods Pro is that they don't require anything at all. No apps, no software updates, they just connect instantly if you have an iPhone, so you don't even have to go into the Bluetooth menu. And on top of that, they automatically sync to the rest of your Apple devices that are logged into your Apple ID, which is super convenient for Apple users. And on top of that, I prefer these stem controls much better than the touch controls on the others, because touch can be kind of unreliable at times, and when you, for example, double tap on them to skip tracks, they kind of push the earbuds further into your ears, which can get very annoying, especially since the Sonys kind of hurt your ears after a while compared to the AirPods where you simply squeeze the stem. And now finally, let's get into which earbuds we recommend for each use case. The Galaxy Buds Pro are definitely the least expensive, sitting at $170 on sale right now or $200 retail, but they just don't sound nearly as good as either the AirPod Pros or the Sonys. And on top of that, the noise cancellation and ambient noise features were by far the worst out of the bunch, but due to the compact design of the earbuds and the IPX7 water resistance, they could be great for someone who likes to work out or maybe even swim. The Sonys definitely have the best sound quality and the best noise cancellation, but you're going to be paying $278 for them, and they also aren't nearly as comfortable as the AirPods Pro. Yes, the earbuds themselves do have the best battery life, but your ears honestly start hurting after a while because of the very large size that sort of squeezes into your ear, and the foam tips that expand, putting pressure on your ear canals. But with the AirPods Pro, the tubeless soft ear tip design is incredible for comfort, along with the venting feature that gets rid of pressure in your ears and the lightweight design that lets you listen to them for hours. And the AirPods Pro are by far the most reliable because they basically never glitch out or disconnect like the others sometimes do. They don't require any setup or software updates or downloads, and they fit perfectly into the Apple ecosystem for iPhone users. They just work right out of the box and they work very well. But if you're all about having the absolute best sound quality or the best active noise cancellation, then I would say that spending the extra cash on the Sonys is definitely worth the price, especially if you're an Android user. But if you're okay with sacrificing some of the sound quality and ANC performance to get absolutely incredible comfort, convenience, reliability, better transparency mode, and a much lower $200 price tag on Amazon right now, then I would honestly just go for the AirPods Pro. And as long as the AirPods Pro are on sale, I honestly wouldn't recommend the Galaxy Buds Pro because you have to compromise in so many different areas. So there you guys have it. Hopefully this video helped you make a decision, and if it did, feel free to use our links down below to the best deals on these earbuds. And if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and click the circle button to subscribe for more videos like this one. Definitely check out one of these two right there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.